Raleigh is such an interesting tourist destination because it has more than meets the eye. People come here and they think they're gonna have like a foodie experience, but then they dig in and all of a sudden 3 days isn't quite enough. You could have a pretty packed agenda and still not get to see and do everything that you might want. I'm Chidi Kumar. I am the chef and co-owner of Garland here in downtown Raleigh. We are a restaurant that explores local agriculture. We work with a lot of local farmers, and we use those ingredients with the backdrop of spices from South, West, and East Asia. We are housed in the same building as a music venue called King's upstairs and a cocktail bar called Neptune's in the basement. Still finding time to play music with our band Birds of Avalon. We spent a lot of time touring the country and always loved coming home to Raleigh because it always felt like home, and it has never stopped being home for us. I chose Raleigh as my home. Back in the mid-90s, I visited and just sort of fell in love with everything about it. My ideal day in Raleigh would be to start at this NC State Farmers Market, which is open almost every single day of the year, and then go around to all of the little galleries that we have, and then take a nice long hike on the Greenway, which is something that's really unique to Raleigh. So the State Farmers Market is sort of like the anchor of our restaurant. It is one of the big draws for me to make Raleigh my home. It tells a story. It tells a story of this area, and it tells a story of how important agriculture is to Central North Carolina. I think it ties the rural community with the city. I mean, there's so many varieties of produce that you wouldn't think are native to North Carolina, and you might think that they're very exotic, but they're native to North Carolina. Everything from sumac to Szechuan peppercorns to turmeric and ginger all thrive here. I think it really puts a point on how important food is to our community and to our culture here. You know, the way Raleigh is such a fast-growing city, what I really love about it is that it hasn't ever lost the value of local artists. Artists here have so many places to show their work. I think it's impossible to overstate the importance of CAM, the Contemporary Art Museum. CAM has been the home of a lot of really creative local artists, but they also host shows from artists around the world. I mean, it's just always really interesting. And then the place that I'm really excited about, it's called the Pocket Gallery. Because it's the size of a pocket. It's a great way for somebody who's just getting started, who's just building their portfolio, to be able to show their work. You could have an art day here in the Triangle. I mean, you could go to all the little galleries in Raleigh that I just mentioned, go to the NC State Museum, the Art Museum on Blue Ridge Road, head on to 40, go to the Nasher Gallery in Durham, and then get to Chapel Hill and go to the Frank Gallery and to the Ackland Museum in Chapel Hill. I love being able to have, you know, all of those different layers of expression here. The one amazing natural feature of Raleigh is our amazing Greenway System. And it's massive, it's vast, it surrounds Raleigh, it connects other parts of Raleigh. It goes all the way up to Umstead Park, which is, you know, 30 miles away. I do really love being able to drive for 5 minutes and find myself in a natural surrounding, and I feel like I'm somewhere else, completely transported. It's quiet, it's beautiful, it's lush, there's streams. I think that just kind of sums Raleigh up so much. You know, this burgeoning city, this growing community in the middle of this really beautiful natural oasis, I guess. I think Raleigh is such a great place to visit because we have a community that's filled with great people. People are creative, they're welcoming, and we create an intangible vibe that I think draws folks from the outside in. That positive aspect and the positive energy is something that people are really drawn to and really love it when they come visit.